Years ago. Harry was born in 1896, attended Jamestown schools, and moved to Ohio at the age of 16 and graduated high school in Cleveland. He attended college and graduated from Springfield College, majoring in phys ed. His working years and accomplishments in sports were achieved at the University of Colorado, where he was athletic director for 37 years. He was inducted into the helms of NCAA Director of Athletics Hall of Fame in 1972 and received an honorary doctorate from Colorado University in '76 and induction into the Colorado Sports Hall of Fame in 1976. To this day, the gymnasium at Colorado University is named the Carlson Gymnasium. Harry passed away in 1986. Harry's son, David, now lives in Colorado, and due to his age and travel restrictions is unable to be here, but he is fully aware of his father's induction into the Sports Hall of Fame. Reading David's acceptance remarks on his father's behalf is Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame board member Gary Peters.
After earlier hearing the remarks by Russ and Greg, it's certainly fitting that we speak of this individual, and I have the opportunity to read his son's remarks concerning his father's induction, because he was, as a youth, learned the skills of baseball here in Jamestown. I want to begin by thanking the Hall of Fame Selection Committee on behalf of my late father, Harry Carlson, for the honor of selecting him as an inductee into the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame. Of the awards he received over a long life and throughout his 37 years as the athletic director and dean of men at the University of Colorado, there are none he would have been more proud of than having this honor. Harry was born in Jamestown, New York in 1896. A few years earlier, his parents had immigrated from Sweden and left behind the grueling factory experience Harry's father had been exposed to in that country. At first, as an uneducated poor immigrants, life was not much better for them in America, but it was their good fortune that before long they would find refuge in Jamestown. For Harry's first 15 years living in Jamestown would play a special place in his journey through life, as it was here that he gained the appreciation and the importance of getting a sound education, and through discovering the sport of baseball, could imagine making a living from baseball as a player and a coach someday. Upon graduating from high school, Harry enrolled in Ursinus College, a liberal arts school in Pennsylvania, and there played baseball and football before transferring to Springfield College, known as the birthplace of basketball, where he played baseball and graduated with a BA in physical education. While succeeding for several years as a pitcher in the minor leagues for the Evansville and later New Haven in the Eastern League, what Harry lacked in physical prowess as a pitcher, he partially made up for this by refining an understanding of the nuances of the game. In 1920, he wrote his master's dissertation at Clark University entitled Baseball Pitching, which became a popular book among young pitchers in Massachusetts at the time. Harry spent a total of 39 years at the University of Colorado, initially as the baseball coach, and then as the athletic director and dean of men. One of his greatest satisfactions over the years was developing an intramural program that reached out to the entire student body, as an addition to the traditional intercollegiate sports of football, basketball, and baseball. I know that my father, Harry Carlson, would embrace the statement made by an earlier recipient of the Chautauqua Sports Hall of Fame, Justin Johnson, who observed that in life, we will all face challenges of some kind, and sports helps prepare us. They allow us a space to practice for a future where the consequences are far greater than the result of a game. Thank you.